So, here's the thing. Chivalry extends beyond the realm of dating and romance. It embodies the rules of war among men. Women and children are regarded as protected non-combatants in this societal battle. However, once the demand for equal treatment is made, those protections are forfeited. Welcome to the era of equality. Welcome to a whole new world. In contemporary times, there's a shift where modern women seek traditional men after years of diverse experiences and significant sexual history. This notion is met with reservation. Can one truly trust someone with such a varied past? In the current landscape, women seem to dislike stability and assurance as much as men abhor chaos and uncertainty. When a modern woman offers little beyond superficial attractions, only a remarkably naive individual would invest in such a relationship. There's a disillusionment where women may believe in narratives like 50 Shades of Grey, expecting a charismatic figure like Christian Grey to unconditionally fall for an average person. Perceptions of child support often mirror alimony, and if women are inherently inclined to appreciate a provider, a man's employment status becomes a precarious litmus test for marital success. It's as if some women test the strength of a relationship by neglecting self-care, leading to a decline in interest over time. Modern women assert their independence loudly and clearly. They possess financial autonomy, homes, 401ks, healthcare, and cover their own expenses. They function as self-sufficient adults, rejecting the need for a surrogate father, supervisor, or manager. They determine their direction in life and insist that they do not need a man. However, a paradox arises. Despite having legal protection, the vagueness of laws allows even breathing to be considered harassment. Merely acknowledging their presence can label one as a creep. In the realm of dating, some women strategically gather information about affluent individuals, meticulously creating spreadsheets detailing locations, times, and places to strategically position themselves for potential advancements. There's a reluctance to put in the effort. Instead, the expectation is that the man must find, pursue, acquire, please, pacify, indulge, and praise them, because they are all seen as queen princesses deserving of more simply under their existence. With numerous income streams at their disposal, having a home is no longer a necessity for some. A ring light, a phone, and an OnlyFans account can bring in money more reliably than an open roof in a thunderstorm.
In the era of traditional gender roles, men understood their societal and domestic responsibilities. They fought battles outside the home while providing security, provisions, and protection within. However, as gender roles evolved, women no longer sought the traditional man with authority inside the home. This dissatisfaction extended to men holding authoritative roles in offices, leading to the rise of feminism. As a result, modern women have taken on traditionally masculine roles in society. However, they now express weariness and a desire for the return of the traditional man. This realization stems from an understanding that living a masculine life contradicts their nature, biology, and physiology. Simultaneously, men have recognized a societal shift against masculine traits. Laws, government, media, and culture are perceived as favoring women and subjugating men. Accepting contracts that disproportionately benefit the other party in terms of assets, alimony, child support, and more has become increasingly unappealing to men. Facing the prospect of becoming homeless, burdened with long-term child support obligations, and left with minimal possessions, men are inclined to walk away from such unfavorable deals. The prevailing circumstances, where the odds seem stacked against men, leave them with no choice but to distance themselves permanently for the sake of their sanity and well-being. This shift to a transactional approach in relationships has led men to embrace the challenge and alter the dynamics, causing concern among some women. The feminist women opposing men today boast about their extensive romantic histories, wearing it as a badge of honor. They take pride in shirking responsibilities towards their bodies and well-being. Their actions often involve attempting to suppress and dominate men, finding a sense of accomplishment in doing so. By deliberately rejecting and ignoring men, they seek validation for their perceived superiority. In the current wave of feminism, the goal extends beyond equality to establish a sense of superiority over men. Jordan Peterson has pointed out in interviews that today's feminists focus on the 1% of men who wronged women in the past, applying this judgment universally to the remaining 99%. This approach, building an entire ideology on the actions of a small fraction, is inherently illogical. As a consequence, modern women have accumulated high romantic partner counts, equating this with independence, freedom, and a form of retaliation against the supposed 1% of oppressive men. This perspective leads to the assertion that modern feminism has misled women, stripping them of their intrinsic meaning and purpose, replacing it with a pursuit that, instead of liberating, renders them increasingly unhappy. Observing women in society or online today reflects the impact of feminism on their overall well-being. Rather than contributing to a positive movement, feminism, according to this perspective, takes away value from women, contributing to their sense of misery. Studies even suggest that women entering marriage without a substantial romantic history are less likely to divorce, while those with a history of 10 or more partners are more prone to divorce. This shift, observed in recent years, implies that increased promiscuity may erode loyalty and future stability in relationships. Additionally, the sentiment is expressed that men generally prefer not to be with women who have a high number of past partners. Men and women inherently embody distinct roles, and this fundamental aspect remains unchanged. The more a man aligns with his masculinity, the more likely he is to achieve success. This success may be compromised if he suddenly decides, influenced by popular culture, to identify as a woman. Similarly, a woman's alignment with her feminine side often correlates with her success, which is not necessarily measured in wealth creation. Instead, it is found in the happiness of her children and the shared moments with her family. However, modern feminism has distorted this perspective, portraying traditional femininity as a weakness and suggesting that masculinity is also a weakness. The result is that women, influenced by this narrative, may find themselves discontent. What initially began as a pursuit of equality has evolved into a quest for superiority. Despite proclaiming a desire for equality, modern feminist women seek it only on their terms, which often involves asserting dominance over men. They advocate for selective equality, seeking the same salary as men for a specific position without putting in an equivalent amount of effort. Women express a desire for a place in the boardroom but are unwilling to extend their work hours past 6 p.m. due to personal commitments, such as spa appointments. Their actions reveal an anti-male stance, demonstrating a preference to ride the wave of success without putting in the necessary effort. In comparing themselves to high-achieving men who make significant sacrifices and endure intensely competitive environments, these women overlook the substantial dedication required to reach such positions. Contemporary women embracing femininity also propagate a perilous narrative, suggesting they can thrive in societies devoid of men. This narrative poses a danger as it may mislead young women into believing they can navigate life without exerting effort. Will these women engage in roles like sewer work or the mining industry, enduring the challenging conditions men face to provide for their families? Or is the aspiration limited to emulating and pursuing roles like that of a CEO? The question arises, why the hypocrisy, and why advocate for selective equality? In reality, this is not about equality, but rather gender politics aimed at domination, using entire generations of innocent women as pawns. Observationally, these women might appear hollow within, seeking emotional intensity as the only means to feel alive. However, delving into deeper meanings and purposes could sustain them and break free from the addictive cycle of misery. The choice to liberate themselves for a better life experience lies within their hands, but it seems like meaningful growth may be distant. As a man, I would eagerly embrace the chance to date a genuine woman. This doesn't imply I won't reciprocate the same authenticity. After all, why would I ask for genuineness if I were to be disingenuous? Until such an opportunity arises, I'll remain single, dedicated to building my empire with resilience. Attempts to deceive with claims or pretenses won't go unnoticed. I can discern deceit from afar. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.